Hi guys, welcome to a live video. Just gonna wait for a few of you to join in on this video. It's so cool. Subscribers actually receive an email notification like when I do a live video, so yay. Okay, perfect. So I'm excited about this particular topic. Okay, so we have someone here. And also this live video will remain on my YouTube channel. Yeah, so I feel like this particular topic is quite critical for multiple reasons. We're all dealing with something. There's always some kind of obstacle that we're going through. And whether it's someone else or an issue at a workplace or in a relationship, or you're also having issues within yourself, you're wanting to transcend yourself. So there are particular ways and tactics that we can employ in order to make that happen so you can really overcome your obstacles. And so that's just really, really important, because in order for us to get from where we are to where we want to be, it requires some work. And before I work out this afternoon, I want to share with you some of my thoughts that I have written down about how you can overcome obstacles that you could perhaps be dealing with, okay? So the first, by the way, give me a thumbs up if you enjoy being the best version of yourself. Okay, so the very first obstacle, or the very first way to overcome, there's 4 particular techniques that I'm going to share with you today. So the first technique on how to overcome your negative obstacles, okay? So that is to identify what the perceived obstacles are. Now, I say perceived obstacle because perception is reality. So whatever you perceive to be the case, like that is the case for that person. Everyone has a different perception of what happened. Usually when there's 2 people having an argument and then they go off and share what occurred during the argument with other people, there's always some kind of, like, there's 3 stories, right? There's the one person's story, there's the other person's story, and then there's the truth. So everyone has a different kind of reality, a different kind of perception. And so it's very important for you to identify exactly what your perceived obstacle is. And that requires some analysis, some thinking. A lot of humans don't like to think, and it's just laziness. So like, it's important to do some self-reflection. Like, if you really do want to overcome these obstacles, like, reflect, okay, so what is it that is preventing me from achieving this particular goal, from being my ideal self, from why do I keep drinking even when I know it's bad for me and it's not good for my skin and it gives me premature gray hair? Like, why do I keep doing it? And often the answer is painful to acknowledge, but what's the alternative? To continue the negative behavior? No, that is the cowardly way. And so it's all too easy. And I'm sure you could think, oh, Chelsea, what do you know about that? Well, I know a lot about that. I used to be very addicted to drugs and alcohol. And so I know a lot about that. And so really doing the work is so worth it. So yeah. So definitely you'll want to identify what your perceived obstacles are. Whether, it's an addiction, or it's a habit, or you're living with someone that's preventing you from maintaining a certain vibration, a certain energy. Like, just identify what the core issue is. And this is so vital because we cannot change what we don't acknowledge. So it's very important to have that aha moment within oneself, okay? So the second technique that you need to employ in order to remove the negative obstacles is to identify your goal. So identify what it is that you desire. What do you really want? It's kind of like getting in your car and driving to a destination, but there's no destination. You just kind of get in the car, drive, and figure out, like, just kind of go with the flow. Well, that's not very helpful because you're going to end up somewhere that you probably don't really want to end up, right? So it's so important that you know where you're going, you know what your goal is, you know what you want. And I think just knowing what you want, wow, how powerful that is. A very small percentage of people actually know what they want in life. And do you know why that is? It's because they listen to their friends and family and school and society, and they're brainwashed into thinking that they should have a certain life just because that's what everyone else does. Well, that's not a good enough reason for me. Is it for you? Like, do you want a status quo life? Because I don't. And so when I say identify your goal, really identify your goal, not the goal that your mom told you you should have, because then she'll finally love you, right? Like the goal that you truly want. And this is where meditation can really come in to play, because once you begin to meditate or create a vision board, create affirmations, do things that make your heart really happy, then that's when the magic starts to happen. I'm very passionate about this topic, so forgive me if I'm coming off in a more, I don't know, abrasive manner, but this is very important because, like, as far as I know, we have one life, and I mean, like, let's just get to it, right? Let's achieve our goals and let's remove the obstacles so we can get to where we really want to go. You know what I mean? So the third technique is to think of, this is really fun, think of who you need to become in order to make your goal a reality. So you can actually bend reality in your favor. Make sure to give me a thumbs up, you guys. Yes. So in order to make your dreams a reality, this is fun when you start to you can time travel and bend reality by becoming your future self today, like now. Right? Okay. So this is so much fun. Basically, there are all these timelines, all these possibilities for you in your life. And who you will be, like, let's say 2 years from now, really depends on the decisions you make today. And those small daily decisions, they really do matter at the end of the day. Those decisions, when no one's watching you, those are the decisions that matter the most, actually. Yeah. And so think of the person that you need to become in order to make your dreams a reality. So what does she or he look like? What kind of habits do you have? What kind of what kind of habits do you have? What kind of, like, are you assertive? Are you more how are you energetically? Like, how do you show up in the world? Like, ask yourself, okay, if I want to achieve this goal, what kind of person would be able to achieve that goal? And then what you can do is create a vision board and look at other people who have done what you want to do and start to model that behavior. And so number 4 is get coaching support from someone who can help you transcend yourself and transform into your new being. Okay, so typically when someone is on a path and they have never been there before and they don't really know how to get to that path, and they they don't know anyone who has achieved what they want or has been on that path. It is full of trial and error, and trial is time and energy, and error is often fatal. And the thing is, with achieving a goal, with removing an obstacle, it has a lot to do with faith and taking calculated risk and following someone who has been there and done that. So that's why having coaching support is so vital. I have hired so many coaches. It all began in 2016. But wow, I mean, if I hadn't have had those coaches, I would not be where I am today. There's no way. There's no way. It is laughable to think that anyone could get where they are on their own. I mean, entrepreneurship, for example, it's kind of like waking up every day and getting your face slammed like in the cement. I know it's a nice visual picture, but I'm just saying it's hard for a while until you really figure out, okay, like what is the marketplace like? Or how can I really monetize my skills? You know, what do they find valuable? Things like that, right? And that requires a lot of time, energy, effort, etc. But what can accelerate that, the achievement of the end goal, is having coaches who have been there and done that, and they know how to do it. They have a proven process. So, for example, if someone's wanting to achieve better skin, more health, more energy, not through coffee, but real energy, lasting energy, then it would be prudent to seek out support, information from someone who has the result that you currently desire. And the standards that you have for your life dictate more than you could ever imagine. And you know what's very interesting about human nature is humans will do more not to lose something than they will do to actually gain something. Wow. So that's powerful. So thinking about that concept, it's very interesting. Yeah, human nature is fascinating. And a lot of what has to do with overcoming those perceived negative obstacles, it has to do with overcoming human nature. And Robert Greene has written a lot of fantastic books. And I encourage you to look into his books. I've read all of them. I have all of the audiobooks, except for the 33 Strategies of War. I just got the audiobook a couple of days ago. But he has a book called The Laws of Human Nature. And then The Art of Seduction, The 48 Laws of Power, like, it's really, really good stuff. He also wrote an book with 50 Cent. I believe it's called The 50th Law. Anyway, he's like fantastic. By the way, someone wrote in the live chat that you love my videos. Thank you. I'm so glad. That means a lot to me. If you didn't love my videos, that'd be kind of sad, but that's okay because I still love my videos. So, but that's how I know. That's how you know you're on the right path, right? Is if you do something because you really love it and because it's your bliss. It's your version of bliss, and it's what makes you happy. And there's a lot of obstacles that come up in life. And the thing is it has a lot to do with focus. You know, in order for you to employ the 4 techniques that I shared with you, it requires focus. And it requires mental discipline. And it requires an ability to really have faith in yourself and go for what you want. And at the end of your life, you will not regret things that you did most often. You'll regret things that you didn't do. At least that's what a lot of people say when they're on their deathbed. And not to, bring up a morbid topic or whatever, but I just think for me, it's like perspective. It's so important. And um, Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V on YouTube, he discusses a lot of the value of perspective. And I also have a lot of his books too. I think that it's so important to expand your mind and surround yourself with people who have overcome a lot of difficult obstacles. At least if you can't be with them in person, listen to their books, consume their content, because that vibration, the energy of that person will rub off onto you. And people who have overcome a lot of obstacles in life, they have a different vibration about them. They feel different energetically. It's almost like I can feel them through the screen. And versus someone who has succumbed to life, and just is a victim about it. And so there's truly a different energy about really owning who you are and just going for it. And those obstacles that you are dealing with, they can be eliminated as long as you employ certain techniques and have a positive outlook, a positive mindset, and have proper coaching, and I think have a willing spirit. Yeah. So just to summarize, the 4 techniques on how to remove negative obstacles that are holding you back are, firstly, identify what the perceived obstacles are. Number 2, identify your goal. Number 3, think of who you need to become in order to make your goal a reality. And number 4, get coaching support. Now I add the word support because coaching really is support. And it's having that support, feeling nurtured, feeling cared for. Wow, how special is that? Yes, we have family, like our biological family, but humanity, humans, I think we're a family of humanity. I mean, like, we are so connected. We're all, on the same earth. We have emotions and feelings and the desire to connect and help. And for me, the greatest reward of being alive is to help others. And that's when I genuinely feel my personal best. And so I think to view our fellow humans as family is so beautiful. And so that's what true coaching support is. It's someone who helps you, supports you, move through those blockages, move through those obstacles. And often a coach sees the obstacles a lot clearer than you. And with my clients who have issues, for example, with they're aging really quickly and they're freaking out, not sure what to do about it. Now, what happens is we discuss the core issue for sure, or the visible issue, right? The symptom. But what's fascinating is that there's always a root cause. And the cause is every time, without exception, a lack of fulfillment, and it's somewhere, or there's something going on in their job, they're not enjoying their job, or they're too stressed with kids and they need help with that, or they're not getting enough sleep. Like, it's something deeper than what it appears to be. Things are not always what they seem. So the value of having a coach is that objective perspective. Okay, so that is all for today. Type in the comment section down below other kinds of videos you want to see. I've been receiving a lot of video requests on doing videos about malar bags. And I could certainly do some videos on that. However, I'm just feeling very called to do other kinds of videos. So someone asked in the chat, is this live? Hi, yes, this is live. This is a live video. Yeah. So I think because of COVID and stuff, I think I'm just really resonating with the power of a positive mindset and maintaining a happy, uplifted spirit during this time. So that's what I'm feeling. That's why I'm doing this type of content versus a neck exercise. Because this is a very interesting time in the world, and I think that positive energy is what is deeply needed, in my opinion. So, yeah. Anyway, I will see you again soon, and make sure to just love yourself today and nurture yourself. Okay? Let's cut this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Bye, guys. Au revoir.